Hello, dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and staying safe at home. Okay, well, how you all did your exam? Very good. Okay. Today we are going to start our lesson 4. The lesson 4 is in someone else's shoes. In someone else's shoes. In this lesson, we are going to study a concept empathy. Empathy means to understand the feelings of other person's feeling. To understand the feeling how the other person feels.
Do you know what we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about... Oopsie. I think I forgot. What are we going to talk about today, Tony?
My, Luis. Today we're going to talk about empathy.
That's right! So, what is empathy?
Don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. We feel empathy when we put ourselves in someone else's position, understanding and comprehending their emotions and feelings.
I don't think I understand that very well. What if you explained it to me with an example?
Sure. Imagine Sparky, my doggy, is sick, and I have to take him to the vet.
Oh no, Tony! I'm so very sorry. You must be really worried, right? I can imagine how you must be feeling.
That's empathy, putting yourself in my place and understanding how I feel. In this case, you can feel how worried I am about Sparky.
Ah, I think I'm beginning to understand.
Now, this time, let's imagine that your brother gets home from school feeling very sad. He scored really low in his test, and he had studied quite hard for it.
I'm sure he's in a bad mood. He must be very sad. He studied a lot for this exam. Knowing he feels this way makes me sad too.
That's it. Feeling empathy is putting yourself in your brother's place.
I see.
Now you know what empathy is. You have managed to understand how other people feel.
Woohoo! You're right. Now I get it.
How about you? Yes, you watching this video. Did you understand what empathy is? This is my trick to practice empathy. If you see someone who doesn't feel quite okay, first observe. How might this person be feeling? Then think. How would I feel if I were this person? And finally, ask this person, how are you feeling? Can I help you? Very well. Now, let's look at a situation where we can show empathy. Imagine Clara lost her favorite pencil. First, observe. How do you think Clara is feeling? Second, think. How would you feel if you, too, lost something you really liked? And finally, ask her, how can I help you? Excellent! You did an amazing job.
Now we know that empathy means putting ourselves in the place of others, understanding their emotions in certain situations.
That's right, Luis. Always try to be empathetic.
See you soon!
In this lesson, we have one story. Who held the fan? Who held the fan? Once there lived a rich merchant named Abdullah. The name of the rich merchant is Abdullah. One day he and his servant boy was in his company. It was a warm day. The sun is so hot and there were a hot wind everywhere. A rich merchant advised the servant boy to fan him through hand fan. The boy picked the hand fan and started fanning the merchant, his master. The master took long time to do his work. By fanning, the boy got tired and his head also ached. So by getting tired, he fell asleep and slept in the floor. When the fanning stopped, the merchant looked up. Then he saw the boy sleeping and he cannot control the sweating of the hot air. Now the merchant picked the hand fan and started fanning the servant boy. Naturally, the boy got a cool air and he slept for a longer time. When he woke up, he was shocked and scared to see his master fanning him. He was fear of his master and opened his mouth to say sorry. Before he starting to say sorry, the master smiled and stopped him. And he told the servant boy that when you fanned me, I became comfortable. And when I saw you uncomfortable, I fanned you. That is natural, so no need of to fear. Children, this is your lesson 4 in someone else's shoes. In someone else's shoes. Here, empathy means understanding how the other person feels. To do this, we need to think, if this would happen to me, this is how I would feel. That this is what I would want someone to do for me. Thinking like this makes us understand how a friend may be feeling after getting poor marks in a test, or after getting scolded for forgetting to do homework. Being able to put ourselves in another person's place will make us more caring and helpful. Now, the story, Who Held the Fan? Who held the fan? There was once a rich merchant called Abdullah. One day he sat working with only a servant boy for company. It was a warm day. A hot wind was blowing outside. The boy sat fanning the merchant. The man worked for many hours. The boy was sweating. He became tired and his head ached. Soon his eyelids drooped and he fell asleep. The fan dropped from his hand. When the fanning stopped, Abdullah looked up. The servant boy had fallen asleep, unable to bear the heat any longer. But the merchant was not angry. He picked up the fan and began fanning the boy. The air grew cooler. Naturally, the boy slept better and for a longer time. Abdullah continued to fan the boy. When the boy woke up, he was very upset and scared to see his master fanning him. He opened his mouth and tried to say, "I am sorry." But Abdullah smiled and stopped him. "Why are you worried?" asked Abdullah. "You fanned me when the heat made me uncomfortable. When I saw that the heat had made you uncomfortable, I fanned you." Now, children, let's understand the feeling empathy. See, putting ourselves in someone else's shoes is not easy. Often it makes us uncomfortable because we then know that the maid's back hurts when she carries bucketfuls of water, or that the child holding out his hand for a coin at the street corner is very hungry, or that the teacher is very tired at the end of the day. When we feel what they feel, we should be ready to offer whatever help we can. Often, when we are too busy or in a hurry, we pretend not to notice people who need help. But we must stop and think, what if this were my mother or father? Wouldn't I want someone to help them? We must show empathy not only towards people but also towards all other living beings. We should feel sad for the puppy that is being teased. We should be upset to see plants being damaged. When you feel sad about these things, you will try to do something to set them right. Okay, children, you all understand this? Yes, good. Children, your lesson 4 notes. Lesson 4, in someone else's shoes. In someone else's shoes. First Roman letter, choose the correct answers. First one, dash means understanding how the other person feels. Empathy, EMPATHY, empathy. Empathy means understanding how the other person feels. A, empathy. B, sympathy. C, telepathy. Second one, being able to put ourselves in another person's place will make us more dash and helpful. Caring, caring. CARING, caring. Being able to put ourselves in another person's place will make us more caring and helpful. A, beautiful. B, fear. C, caring. Third one, when we feel what others feel, we should be ready to dash whatever help we can. Offer, OFFER, offer. When we feel what others feel, we should be ready to offer whatever help we can. A, offer. B, order. C, reject. Fourth one, we should feel sad for the puppy that is being dash, teased, teased, TEASAD, teased. We should feel sad for the puppy that is being teased. A, cat. B, helped. C, teased. Fifth one, we should be upset to see dash being damaged. Plants, plants. PLANTS, plants. A, objects. B, plants. C, clothes. Second Roman letter, fill in the blanks. First one, there was once a rich dash called Abdullah. Merchant, merchant, MARCHANT, merchant. There was once a rich merchant called Abdullah. Second one, the boy sat dash the merchant. The boy sat fanning the merchant. Fanning, fanning. Fanning, fanning. Third one, the servant boy had fallen dash, unable to bear the heat any longer. Asleep, 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 asleep. The servant boy had fallen asleep, unable to bear the heat any longer. Fourth one, naturally the boy slept better and for a dash time. Longer, 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 longer. Naturally, the boy slept better and for a longer time. Fifth one, when the boy woke up, he was very upset and scared to see his dash fanning him. Master, 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 master. When the boy woke up, he was very upset and scared to see his master fanning him. Third Roman letter match the following. First one, warm, day, hot, wind, living beings, rich, merchant, servant, boy. Warm, day, hot, wind, living beings, rich, merchant, servant, boy. Okay, children, this is your lesson 4 notes. Study well.
A shop owner once placed a sign above his door that said, "Puppies for sale." Signs like this always have a way of attracting young children. And to no surprise, a boy saw the sign and approached the owner. The boy asked, "How much are you going to sell the puppies for?" The owner replied, "Anywhere from $30 to $50. The little boy pulled out some change from his pocket. He said, "I have $2. Can I please have a look at them?" The shop owner smiled and showed him the puppies. Down the aisle of his shop, he saw 5 cute puppies, but one puppy was lagging behind. Immediately, the little boy signaled out the lagging, limping puppy and said, "What's wrong with that little dog?" The shop owner explained that the veterinary doctor had examined the little puppy and had discovered it didn't have a hip socket. That's why it would always limp. The little boy became excited. He said, "That is the puppy I want to buy." The shop owner said, "No, you don't want to buy that little dog. If you really want him, I'll just give him to you." The little boy got quite upset. He looked straight into the owner's eyes, pointing his finger and said, "I don't want you to give him to me. That little dog is worth every bit, as much as all the other dogs, and I'll pay full price. In fact, I'll give you $2 now and 50 cents a month until I have him paid for." The shop owner countered, "You really don't want to buy this little dog. He will never be able to run and jump and play with you like the other puppies." And the little boy reached down, rolled up his pant and revealed a badly twisted, crippled leg supported by a big metal brace, and he looked up at the shop owner and said, "Well, I don't run so well myself, and the little puppy will need someone who understands."
In this video, you will learn these 3 things. 1. What is empathy? 2. Why is empathy important? And 3. How can you practice empathy with others? Ready? Let's get started. So what exactly is empathy? Empathy is when you are able to understand how someone else might be thinking or feeling about a situation. Some people say empathy is like putting yourself in their shoes and trying your best to imagine what they might be going through. Empathy is not about what you would do if you were them or how you are feeling. It's all about the other person. Why is empathy so important? Empathy is important because it helps you know how to best respond to other people. When you have an idea of how someone is feeling, you have a better chance of knowing what to do or say to them that might be helpful. For example, Susie's cat ran away from home last night. Ask yourself, how do you think she might be feeling? Put yourself in her shoes for just a minute. Imagine if you were Susie and you had a cat that you loved and played with every day. Imagine if one day the cat was gone and you didn't know if it was ever coming back. How would that feel? Probably not great. If you were Susie, you'd likely be feeling sad, heartbroken, and very worried. Since you took the time to try to understand what Susie might be feeling, now you can better respond to her and connect with her in a way that is helpful. You could say something such as, "I know how much you love your cat. You must be feeling really sad." Or you could do something nice for Susie, like offer to help put up posters around the neighborhood. Empathy is not only about figuring out how someone is feeling, but also caring enough to do something about it. Practicing empathy makes you a more caring person and a better friend. It brings you closer to people because they feel that you truly understand what they're going through. Empathy works with happy feelings too. If your friend is happy because he made the volleyball team, you can use empathy to be excited with him. Even if you don't really like volleyball, you know how much this means to your friend, and you can truly be happy for him. So how can you start practicing empathy with others? Here are 4 things that you can start doing today. 1. Pay attention to other people's feelings. You can watch people's faces and body language to get an idea of how they might be feeling. You can also listen to their words or the tone of their voice to get clues about what they are feeling or thinking. If you're ever unsure, you can always just ask, "How are you feeling right now?" By paying attention to people's feelings, you will have a better idea about how to interact with them. 2. Think before you speak or act. Ask yourself, how do I think my words or actions are going to make this other person feel? If something you're doing is making other people feel sad or upset, you might want to think about changing that behavior. For example, you may know a joke that you think is really funny, but if you can imagine that it may hurt someone's feelings, it may be best not to share it after all. 3. Realize that everyone is different. Just because something is not a big deal to you doesn't mean that it might not be a big deal for someone else. Everyone feels differently about certain situations, and that's okay. Even if you may not feel the same way, you can still be helpful to others by working to understand things from their point of view. 4. Stand up for others. Even if there's a situation that has nothing to do with you, there are still ways for you to be helpful. For example, you might see a kid getting bullied or picked on by the other kids in class. Instead of staying out of it, you can use empathy to imagine how he might be feeling. Then you can do something about it and help stand up to the bullies. By using empathy, you can be a hero for other people. That's all we have for you today. I hope you learned a lot and you found this information helpful. If you did, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment below to let us know. Be sure to also check out our other videos and visit our website at www.milemarks.com for more helpful social-emotional content. Have a great day, friends.